Hey, what's up, Scott Balkan here with Imagination Creation Films, and yeah, it's Friday. I'm back. That's not how the intro is supposed to go. It was supposed to start with the music, but I screwed that one up. Hey, what's up, Scott Balkan here with Imagination Creation Films, and yeah, it's Friday. We're back. I've been working trying to get everything ported over to my OBS over here so that it actually, is working and streaming the way it should. And I just minimized it, so that's good. But yeah, we got a great show today. It's Friday, so that means I'm taking all of your questions, and I do encourage you to ask those questions because you help make this show just a little bit better. And by show, what I really mean is an informal community where I live stream and we chat and hang out. So it's always a good thing when we are doing that. Hopefully this is going out. Hopefully everyone is seeing this. It looks like it is. Yeah, I just never know until I know. So it is now 3 o'clock, and and I can pretend to do that intro again. I can go, hey, what's up, Scott Ball? See, I did it again. Wrong button. I got to stop. Yeah, I got to fix that. So on the other OBS, I had the music where it was low key, and it would automatically cut into the intro. And this one, I have them separated. I don't know why I did that, but I can actually play the music behind it. But who knows? But yeah, hey buddy, music or everything kind of working, audio sound good, not echoey, I hope. I got secondary camera back up and running. Got the studio. You can see my dog down there. He's kind of playing dead right now, but back up to yeah, we're in a live studio setting. Yesterday, I don't know if you caught that or not, if anybody was watching it, but on Jeff Adams' Production Pro, he has a weekly production discussion about set and video and production, audio, just anything and everything. And I was on his show interview, and I think it went pretty well. It was a good short show. I'm used to live streaming for hours at a time, but it was a 1 hour show, and we covered a lot of ground. It was pretty cool. So if you hadn't caught that, I will link it in the show notes down below this one once this uploads later on and processes. It is on Facebook. It's a Facebook Live, and it's all part of Be Live TV. But yeah, it was working out pretty nice. Sorry about that. Boy, I was super rushed. I came out here. I've been working with my buddy Tim, trying to finalize this lens test that we had done in Vegas, trying to get it uploaded. We had all these little quirks, and when you're rendering 8K at ProRes 422 or ProRes 422 HQ, oh my God, the file sizes can get outrageous. And then you have trouble playing it. You're talking about a 90 gigabyte, 3.5 minute file. And it takes something like, it takes about 4 hours to render it out completely in a nice format where it's all clean, because there's all kinds of different footages in there. And I think we finally got everything done. He is going to render it out in another pass of 8K, and then we will upload it to YouTube. It's going to be on this channel. It's not going to be monetized or anything. I'm not going to put any branding on it, other than just this is the test and blah, blah, blah. Mostly because I'm using music that's licensed for my channel, and so I will be putting it here so that others can share it out and they can view it and not have to worry about it being licensed out. So, it's all the little things in life that make the difference. But I suspect, I'm going to guess by Monday that video is going to be out. just because it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Let's see what else is going on. I got several videos that I'm still working on. I've got 3 commercials that I am now in editing phase. I have 3 edits that I am going through the last revisions on. And then I have 4 edits that are about to be in progress. I just got the footage today. And so got that. And then I mean, I've got a ton of stuff on my plate for my own shoots that I've done that are non-paid. Those I need to edit. I've been working on a couple of reels for myself, updating with what I've got and where I've been and all that good stuff. And yeah, it takes a lot of time, and I'm trying to not burn myself out, but I'm also trying to be as available and ready for everyone as possible. So yeah. So what is going on in y'all's world out there? And I'm kind of wondering why almost no one is watching, unless everyone is actually watching and they're just silent. I've had this problem in the past where I screwed up and set it as not public. So I think it's public. I don't really know. It's been a challenge working on this PC versus Mac because everything works differently. But yeah, hopefully when I switch over to GoPro, is it? Oh, yeah, the studio looks fantastic. The only problem with that GoPro footage is it's frozen. That's pretty sad. Let's see if I can get it to come back to life. I no match output frame PS. We'll do what YV partial auto detect enable. Let's see if it'll do that. No, that one's not working. Disable. Yeah, I think it's frozen. That's a shame. Well, I mean, it looks great. It might as well just be a static image out there. Oh, that's pathetic. And see, that's why I test everything in production. Yeah, I can't get it to. Wow. Default. Partial. Yeah. 709. Yeah. I don't know. It's is that one coming back? Match. Auto select. No, I don't want that. Can I just type in 24? Yeah, that is one frozen image. One of these days, everything will work. It's what I really need is like a multi. I need an HDMI switcher is what I really need, and that would change everything. However, you know, you have to wonder if it's necessary. Well, he hasn't moved actually, Kyle, since the images was captured. He's still in the same spot. In fact, he's 2 inches from moving my tripod. So if you see the tripod kind of move, yeah, you'll know that's what it is. That is weird. Usually it is. It's popping on here. I wonder if I messed up by sending out the live stream invite like too early. It's possible. Let's see. Let me share this. I'll say share live now. Live now. Come join us. There we go. Include original post. Yeah, sure. Why not? Post. So, yeah. That's weird. I'm always afraid. Usually people start joining in and it's kind of a thing, and I don't know. I always feel like I'm doing something wrong, and, you know, maybe I am. Maybe I am. You never know. And with me, you really do never know. Let's see if GoPro's come back yet. Nope. That is so weird. That is so weird. How do you... I'm afraid to deactivate. Activate. No. Uh-oh. Wow, that's not good. Let's see here. Custom, yeah, match. See, now it's buffering, auto detect. And now it done did it. Default device. Wow. Really messed it up now. Well, you know, I can go over here and, well, that was my whole goal, was to be able to walk around and show that I was doing stuff. I wonder if it turned itself off. Oh, you know what? I think it did. Let me go turn it on. Let me go see if that's what it is. Because the battery's probably not live. No, it's on. It's just saying, forget it. All right, well, it is what it is. And, you know, I have to believe that that's why everybody enjoys these live streams, is just because they're so completely random and unprofessional. USB device, configure default custom. Oh, I got the freeze frame back. That's so weird. I wonder if it's in like photo mode. Oh, it's like a GoPro Silver or something. It's nothing special. I wonder if it's in photo mode. That'd be hilarious. Let's walk over there. I mean, it'd be nice if you could see on the GoPro that I was actually working on it. But, you know, that was the intent of the GoPro. It should be on video. It says it's in, let's see here. Yeah, it shows it in, let's just turn it off. We got the beeping, and let's just turn it back on. Let's just see what happens. Maybe magic will happen. Who knows? Well, I don't see it updating at all. Wow, that's it's really nice. I imagine you walking around. Yeah, exactly. You'll have to, because yeah, it's just not there. It's really weird. It's almost like it's a uh-oh. Yeah, it's almost like it's just an image. I guess that's what a still frame is, but highest FPS. No. Whoop, went away. Match output. Any. That's wrong. Partial. Let's try full. Auto detect. Can even flip it vertically. That'd be cool. Configure crossbar. I don't know. Configure video. Nothing to configure. Configure crossbar. Huh. That is the beauty of wonderful live productions, but you know, here we are. Again, I'd say the show is very genuine. Yeah, it is something, but you know what? You make the show. Each and every one of you out there makes the difference of whether or not this show is boring or not. I have had times where I screwed up and I set the whole live stream to private, and I sat here for 25 minutes wondering if I had made huge mistakes in my life and that no one actually cared, only to find out later that it was set to private and nobody could watch it. But it was, you know, it was a very humbling thing. I guess. It shows there are multiple people out there. Is there anybody else out there? Are you just hiding and lurking? Tim, are you out there just hiding? I can't ever tell. Um, I feel like that's what the problem is. I made a comment on gas prices, and everybody's commenting on that instead of the live stream. That is that. So, how's the clients coming there, Kyle? Are you getting you getting the discussions and the information that you're hoping to get, and the direction you're going for? 20 minutes of good practice. It was 25 minutes of me questioning life, literally what it was. I have got, it's so odd. I think you were on last time when I was looking for those little devices that were here. We can't find them anywhere. My wife and my daughter, we all looked around the house for those little Logitech dongles. I should probably just buy. It is Tim. Always a sly one in the background. Those little Logitech dongles, I'm gonna have to go buy like a gross of them and just strategically place them around the house, because I don't like this keyboard at all. But that's how things operate sometimes. Just finished meeting with a client. Did it go well? Was it a video, or was it a advertising client? What was it? Is it good stuff? Did you get some? Did you get the deal? Are you in progress? That's always the fun thing. And you have a shoot on Saturday, don't you? Look at that, toasting it up so nice. Because this is my live stream. Oh, that is lovely. I haven't had a cigar in like a little over a week. It's high times that I had one. It is a good day. So let's see. GoPro, I'm sure, is still dead. Yeah, it's completely shot. Oh, well, I tried. One day, I'll buy one. If anybody knows of a good HDMI affordable switcher, let me know. I'll try to find that. Because I figure it's worth it, I think, to have multiple camera angles. I mean, I have the studio space. Might as well do it. Let's see. I do feel like, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we've kind of stabilized the live streaming itself, at least, in that it's not choppy or jittery or anything like that. That I can deal with some drop frames. I'm not that particular. I just can't deal with all drop frames. Spending a day making a little bit of money is always a good thing. Yeah, yes, everyone is always surprised at the cost. They all say, you're just holding a camcorder and pressing record, right? And no, that's not what it is. And people are just shocked when they find out what it costs. But they're also completely missing the boat. The point of it is it's about return on investment. You're trying to bring in customers, and people. Let's use an imaginary windshield wipers. You have to sell that product. You have to let people know, why they need that product, why they should choose your brand over another, what makes your company different, what makes your employees different. All of that sells the product, and that's the return on investment. Yes, you can have preferential placement on Walmart shelves, but if you're not telling your customer why, and you could say, well, I put it on the package. Well, that's cool. But if I'm not spending the time reading the packages, was it any good? But if you can give an ad and people type in windshield wiper blades and yours comes up and there's a whole explanation on why yours are better, then you start to sell more because people can connect to your product. So return on investment is something that needs to be preached to these people just so they know you can't just get somebody to come in with their iPhone and press record and magically you get a return on that. In fact, I would guarantee you're going to get far less return on your investment than if you hired a competent professional. Oh, yeah. So let's see. I'm hoping to get finalized with something there at Kessler. Tim, you can nudge Sutton and tell him, hey, Scott's waiting. I think it'll be a cool thing. We'll have to see as soon as he gets around to doing it. Yeah, on the Facebook Live that I was on yesterday, he talked briefly about it. We didn't have enough time to touch on anything, but the art of the sale is really what it's about. It is, it's kind of funny. There's a movie about a guy who did some horrible things. The movie was okay, but if you watch the movie for what it did, you learn how to swindle people, but that's not the point. You learn how to sell, and that is The Wolf of Wall Street. Really, really good movie. I like to watch that one like once a year, mainly because it's kind of a fun journey, but it's really about how you sell something that nobody knows that they want. And in his case, it was selling something that they didn't need, but it is the old thing is like, sell someone a pen. You don't talk about the pen. You talk about the need. Why do you need a pen? You talk about all the reasons that if they had a pen, things would be better. And then you produce the pen for them to purchase. It's theirs example in the movie was hilarious. It was like, hey, can you give me your autograph? Oh, you don't have a pen? Well, you can buy mine. You created the need right then and there. That's part of the art of the sale. Hey, hey, we have grip tips on here. It's Dave Donaldson. How are you, sir? I'm not wearing a shirt today. I've got Taquina, this is Ryan Avery's lens finder deal. But how are you, man? Your shirts. I need to talk to you about your shirts and where you got them because they're actually really nice shirts, and I want to get shirts done like that because they're really soft. Yours are actually very similar to this shirt. It's really soft. It's thin. It's not too heavy. It's perfect for a night on the town or just to throw something on when you're live streaming. But yeah, I wanna talk to you about those shirts. I like that, and I appreciate you sending those out. And how come you didn't use the Ryan clip in your Aperture 300D intro video? Man, that was a perfect opportunity. Yeah, good stuff. So, Dave, I would love to hear more about, you always talk about grip stuff on your channel, which if y'all don't know, go to Grip Tips on YouTube. In fact, you can probably just click on him and take you to his channel. Don't leave now, but leave in a little bit and go subscribe so that you can learn how to properly operate gear on set. And he spends a lot of time, and he's got that lovable, fun personality that makes you just realize, I need to play with C-stands more. No level CVC shirts. Got it. Okay, well, I'm going to check those out because that is really cool. No, I was watching your Aperture thing. You were saying you were shooting that watch commercial. I'd love to know more about that because the look that you got on that watch was pretty spot on. It was awesome, and it immediately made me want to go grab a watch and start trying to replicate that shot. I mean, it looked like pretty much you just had like maybe a giant silk, and with black all around, and you're shining through it with a couple of bounce. That's what you said. I think it was bounce and silks, but I mean, that was beautifully shot. I'd love to know more about that one. I hope y'all don't mind me smoking cigars, but it's my live stream. That's what I like to do. And Dave, what other stuff do you work on? You only talk about grip stuff. You don't talk about what. Tell me about Dave. Tell me what Dave does. Next level tease. Oh, CVC. Let's see. Tim, do you know Dave? You should know Dave. Dave, you're in the Chicago area, are you not? Uh, are you familiar with Kessler Crane? Kessler Crane is down there just in Indiana. Uh, they have a lot of cool gear. You had 2x3 flag behind it, okay, with one of those lights, a couple of bounce cards. What were you, well, that wasn't a hard light though. You had a soft light, or were you bouncing? Oh, that's probably what you're doing. You're bouncing into two white cards with a 2x3 behind it, a black flag behind it. Is that what it was? That would make a lot more sense. Because you had, I would love to pull it up, but I'm afraid I haven't configured my Windows machine to do that yet. On their Pocket Dolly. Yeah, their Pocket Dolly is awesome. I used their Pocket. That was let's see. That was actually my very first purchase from Kessler. It was great. I upgraded to well, they're all over the floor now. Upgraded to the Cineslider just by shooting the red all the time. It got really heavy to the point where I just felt like the Cineslider was going to hold better. And the advantage with the Cineslider is the sides it's like a box frame, so it's a lot stronger. So I can rig it where it's 1/3 on a tripod, and then I use a Noga arm, or Noga, the big Manfrotto articulating arm off the other end down to the tripod, and you get off of a single tripod, you get a stable base with a heavy load. That was the main thing. Yeah, you're really close to Kessler down there. They're like an hour from you guys, I think. I don't know which part of Chicago. Chicago is kind of large, I think. I don't know. I hear things about it. Their pizza's weird though. I don't understand making lasagna and then calling it pizza. I don't know. Are you a Chicago pizza fan? What is everybody's favorite pizza? I'm a New York pizza. Big, huge, foldable slices. Let's see. I was hoping. Nothing is ever working today. If you didn't see my what's in my bag, I had that video Monday. I've never done one of those. I thought that was interesting. Today, I didn't really have anything planned. I just kind of figured, come out here and hang with you guys. Usually the party starts going and it just picks up steam, but I feel like I failed. I feel like I did it wrong by posting it hours in advance. I mean, who knows? With algorithms and live streams and all that good stuff, it's a tough one to figure out for sure. But if anybody in the audience has questions, feel free to pop those into the chat. So talking about the Cinematography 101 series I was doing with the lighting examples, I have 3 more videos to do in the lighting styles and I'm in mid-process on those, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit longer before those are going to come out. I do want to go back and touch on those, as well as work on some tutorials and such on grip. I actually asked Dave if it'd be okay if I did some grip stuff, because I didn't want to anybody to think that I was stealing from his channel. I just figured it was a natural progression, and Dave said go ahead. So thanks, Dave. Let's see here. Softbox 3x4 Shimera. Okay, yeah, filling the watch while bouncing the light from a card. No backlight. 2x3 solid flag behind it. That's cool. Do you know when that's going to come out? Because I really like the shots that you got. I really wanted to see that finished product. That looked pretty amazing. What were you shooting it with? It was really sharp. Obviously, you had some kind of macro in there. I would love to know what macro that was, because it was tack sharp. Really nice. Get off my lawn. Actually, that's a Facebook group. Somebody just invited me to that. It's got all kinds of fun stuff. It's out. Okay. Drop a link in there. I'll approve the link, so we can all see that. I mean, that's what I do on my live streams. Is I interact and I talk, and we work with mostly what we generate on the live stream to just kind of chat. So yeah, if you're going, this guy's live streams are not very well put together. This is true. This is very true. But it's more about me just being a part available for anybody that does have questions. Sometimes, I mean, this place is just popping, and other times it's kind of just like relaxed, like a good quality cigar. Ah, yeah. That 180 macro Canon is nice. I have the 100, and it's really cool, but it doesn't get you really close in. I have done a couple of times. I've used the 70 to 200 with some macro extension tubes on it, and you can get pretty close to it, but it's not quite as sharp as a good macro. That 180 is really nice because you get really close to it. I also had that, I don't know if you ever saw that MPE 65 millimeter macro that gives like a 5-to-1 magnification, where you crank it and the thing gets like this long, but it sits like a quarter of an inch away from your subject. And although it was really cool, I found that I couldn't get enough light to it to make me happy. So I ended up not working. Simon, I'll send you some cigars. Did you not order any from Cigars International? Kyle says, been blessed with business lately and thinking of grabbing a black magic. Oh my God, Kyle. No. Everyone in the comment section, tell Kyle, hold his horses and take his time. Take his time. Learn to walk. I want to go closer. Try the extension. Do you know what I'm talking about? Extension tubes. Let me grab them. My GoPro in the studio is not quite working, so I would show me walking over here, but I am looking for, where are my extension tubes? Those are my extension tubes, and where's my macro? Well, that's not good. I bet it's in my camera bag, isn't it? It is. So these are the extension tubes right here. Well, I'll just use this lens. Whoop, yep. Okay. So extension tubes, they're dumb. All they do is they pass through data, but they're. Oh, hey, Kyle. Another Kyle. So these are extension tubes. I guess you can see them. They are basically a pass-through EF adapter, but what they do is you put them on your where are we? There we go. put them on your lens, and it changes the focal or the distance between the actual sensor, and so it allows for an exceptionally close-up shot. So you can actually stack these. This is like me fumbling with tubes. You can stack them and get, so this is the 24 to 70, which normally has a close focus of, so it looks like about 6 inches. Putting this extension on there will make it probably closer to about 1 inch. And it doesn't really, I mean, it has a small effect to the image itself. I mean, it's still clear. It's still absolutely crystal clear. But what you may end up is a slight distortion around the edge, but not necessarily. I found that on the 70 to 200, it does not do that at all. And even on this 24 to 70, it doesn't do it. These are like $60 for a set of 3, and you can stack them. These are worth it. So if you want to get closer with your 180, put one of those on it, and it will make a difference. Yeah. Kyle S. We'll do it that way. Is correct. Lenses are a long-term investment, and they didn't have the short stories. Oh, they really? Yes, they did. I sent you a link. They had a box of them. They were $148 or something like that for a box of 25. You're waiting until they have 5-packs? They don't ever have 5-packs. I have never physically seen a 5-pack of short stories. But you should be able to get singles from them. You just call them up. Let's see. Any drawbacks to the extensions? Gotcha. Okay, yeah. No, they're really cheap. If you go, Dave, search my YouTubes and look for macro. And I did a whole video on macro lenses and the extension tubes, and I actually demo both the 65, the 100, the 70 to 200, all of them using these as well as not using them, so you can actually see the differences. But this kit, this is Kenko, and I bought them on Amazon, and I think they're called a 5, a 10, and a 15 millimeter. And they're just really, all they are is just a gap. You stick your finger through it, and it just passes through the signal through there, so you can actually still use it. Now your automatic focus is not going to work, and obviously your focus ring is not going to be accurate anymore, but it's a great cheat. Works like a champ. I mean, that's really what you're doing with macro. What tends to happen, say if you're on a full frame camera and you're using a full frame lens and you put the extension tube on there, you are going to want to crop in a little bit on your final image because it's going to encroach. However, if you're using, say, a Super 35 or an APS-C sensor and you put this on a full frame glass, you won't ever see the vignette. It won't happen. So yeah, cool stuff. Yeah, Simon, I don't think I've ever seen, and I've been in a lot of brick and mortars, I don't think I've ever seen a 5-pack of the short stories. There's also Hemingways. Hemingways are like that long. They're fantastic. But you only get 10 of them, but they're really nice, and it's that same style and blend of tobacco. We're just talking about cigars too. I like cigars. Anybody else cigar smokers out there? Gear Thinkers ENT. Hello there, Great Thinkers. Sorry, Great Thinkers Entertainment. How are you? What's your first name? We can introduce ourselves properly. It always takes a while for this live stream to just kind of start to build up its steam because I don't put a topic on there. It's just a general stuff. You, sir, have taught me something today. Bless you. Hey, man, it's all about give. Well, it's as I put it, I'm out here teaching what I have recently learned. I am not a know-it-all. I only know these because I learned them from someone else, so I pass that along. Just like your channel, I found your channel to look up how to do a couple of things properly because I wasn't doing them properly. And yeah, you give to me, I give to you, I give to everybody, you give to everybody. That's called community. We used to do that in the world before we had social media. It was so weird. But we had to do it locally, which I do like this world of interwebs is that we can chat around the world. Great thinkers, tell me what you do. What do you work on? Are you in film or photography, or just starting out, or amateur or professional? What can you teach us? Kyle, yes and no. Hard to turn down a good glass of scotch and a cigar. You are correct. You are correct. And in fact, there's scotch right over there. But what I found, see, I don't know if you notice this or not. Some of you who have been on the live stream many, many times, I guzzle. And so I guzzle every drink that I have. So I usually try to do drinks that I can guzzle and not just fall on the floor instantly. If I had scotch, I'd be clearing my throat with it all the time, and this would be the most entertaining live stream you've ever seen. I can quite imagine. Let's see here. What is Simon is breaking with tradition and texting me during the. But I'm a fan of smoking. Check your texts. I'm a professional smartass. Hey, Tyler. How are you, buddy? Oh, that's why I'm not getting anywhere. Y'all know Tyler? A lot of y'all know Tyler. Tyler, you know Dave from Grip Tips. And Grip Tips, you should know Tyler. Tyler is... that's me and beer. Well, I love beer too. I can guzzle beer. Tyler does work all over the globe doing documentary and sports and vlogging, and he puts on a really nice Halloween party too. It's really cool. I'm hoping I didn't blow my chance at this year's. Great Thinkers is into film, still learning though. Hey man, we're all learning. What do you shoot? What kind of stuff do you? Don't be afraid to talk. We don't make fun of anybody. Everybody here as a beginner at some point. Everybody here is just learning. Everybody here is learning something every day. So don't feel at all like you can't share. Feel free, ask all kinds of questions. Your questions help make this live stream great. So just feel free, just pop in some questions. Frosty Flake, what's your favorite cigar? Ooh, that's a good one. My favorite is an Opus X. The Fuente Opus X is by far my favorite, but I don't get to smoke it that often. I have a few of them over there, but they're rarer. They're also expensive, so I try not to enjoy them too much. My second favorite cigar is going to be a Diamond Crown Maximus. They are fantastic. I'm completely out of them because I do enjoy those. They're also expensive, but not quite as much, but they're really tasty. I was proving that they... Tyler, you too kind. This year's will be, ooh, nice. I hope I get invited. I'll bring snacks. Yeah, beer. Now, Dave, I've seen beer in in the background of your videos. Some of that's not beer. Some of that is like water. I swear I've seen some natural light back there in the back somewhere. Wow. So our 8K, the Tequila Vista One's demo video that Curtis Boggs, Tim Dalst, and myself all created in Vegas, it is 33 gigs. I told him not to bother me after 3 because I was going to be live streaming. I think he's doing it on purpose, just like Simon does. They're meanies. Kyle, you retracted your message. What's up with that? Don't be afraid. Yeah, Dave. Yours are more like barley pops. I used to drink Bud Light. I remember when I built a kegerator because I was like, you know what, I drink enough beer that it should be awesome. I tried to kill that keg. Oh my God. Now I buy them in bottles, so I don't have to. I'm a big fan of IPAs myself. Great Thinker says, I'm into music videos mostly, but hoping to upgrade to real films someday soon. Well, just so you know, you're already doing films. When you do a music video, you're telling a story to music. So you're already doing it. All you need is to control the dialogue at that point. You're already doing it. Don't say it as if you're hoping to upgrade to real films. You're doing it. Just take out the music and start shooting. You can do it. Um, if you are not familiar with the SB50 Cinematography Challenge on Facebook, Great Thinkers, please feel free to join that. It's a group. We challenge. We haven't been doing it for a month. I apologize. It's about to spin back up. We've got a whole bunch of new stuff coming. But it's a great way for you to try a few things, learn a few things, understand a few things, and then you work with a whole bunch of other people who are of all talent levels, all trying to learn as well. So you kind of work with each other and talk to each other and help each other out on there. It's really kind of fun. Founders is most nice. Simon says it's all out of love. Oh, LaCroix of beer. Oh, I'm not really good at LaCroix. Have you had Yellow Rose IPA? I think I did. That's a Texas beer, is it not? I think I had that one at what's that place that's off 6th Street that has all just Texas beers on tap? I think I had it there. I think. Let's see, Kyle. I've had a bad habit of sending comments before the. yeah, I get it. What is real film, anyways? I have no idea. I go out there and I shoot, and I hope it's good. And we're creatives. We're never really happy. That's chalk water. There's one LaCroix. It was Ryan Avery from Tequila. He told me that there's absolutely one LaCroix that you'll like, and I doubted him. And last year at Cinegear, he presented it to me, and I tried it. And it wasn't bad. It was the only one, and I can't buy it in Texas. It's the Key Lime LaCroix. It was not bad. Hey, Dave, are you going to Cinegear? Kyle, are you going to Cinegear? Tyler, are you going to Cinegear? Simon, you're not going to Cinegear, although I wish you would. We have one more spot available in the Airbnb. Dave, you probably have like a Cinegear type at in Chicago, don't you? Now I'm craving some LaCroix. Wait, Kyle, I don't think that's ever been stated before. I feel like that's like an English failure. Craving LaCroix in the same, it's like an oxymoron. I don't know what the other term for that would be. I don't know. Still trying to figure that out. Yeah, you should try to go to one of those. If anything, to get connected with like Matthews. Do you know Tyler at Matthews? He's a super fantastically awesome guy. Would probably do anything in the world for you if you don't know him. But it's a great opportunity for you to meet him. It's also a great opportunity to get really good stuff cheap. They do a thing called the garage sale at Matthews, and they bring in like all kinds of vendors to sell their stuff, and it's like garage sale prices. Matthews sells, I mean, like the 4x4 frames are like $15. They're amazing. I don't know how you get them home on an airplane, but I mean, you can get all kinds of stuff there super cheap. I bought all those quasars last year. They were so cheap. It was insane. Um, let's see here. What is it like filming in the USA? I'm in Kenya, Africa, and one problem we have here is you just can't shoot anywhere. You need to have many licenses. Really? Yeah. So, I mean, technically in the USA, it's the same way. If you're going to be in a city, they're probably going to have some kind of permit that is going to be required. Now, we use the term steal a shot all the time, where you basically you run in, you grab some video real fast, and you get out so that no one sees you. And that is, I mean, a lot of that is done that way. I mean, almost every YouTuber, even that are doing films, are stealing shots. And I mean, a lot of professionals do it too. It just depends on the size of the setup. So I mean, it's going to be similar. Yeah, I don't know. You might explain what kind of stuff happen. I mean, I don't know. Like here, they give you a fine, they give you a ticket, that kind of stuff. In Kenya, I don't know what they do. So let us know what they do there. You know, see what it is. I'm sure people do steal shots there as well, but it's something to think about. Tyler and I call each other about every 4 months or so. So you know Tyler. Tyler's awesome. I like that guy. He's also really short compared to me, but so is everybody. Let's see. Even if it's for personal use, there are several places that you don't put a tripod down. If you put a tripod down in Washington, D.C., L.A., New York, Manhattan area, if you put a tripod on the street, you're going to get ticketed. A friend of mine, it was hilarious. I don't have it here. I really wanted it. So like the Kessler Crane second shooter, which is a pan and tilt module, his ingenious way of beating the whole require a permit for a tripod is he uses the second shooter and he puts one of these on the bottom, which is the Kessler quick plate, and it's basically 4 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, not a tripod, doesn't have sticks. So he sets it down and he can grab motion control time lapse or motion control video without breaking the law there. And he's been stopped several times. They come up and they go, you know, you can't have a tripod. He goes, it's not a tripod. They go, very well. And they walk away, which I always thought was the coolest thing. So it's, I mean, you got to be careful. It's stealing a shot. So I'm going to be, in LA at Cinegear, I'm going to be shooting another thing for Takina, which we're going to have to steal some shots. There's just no way we're not going to have time to get any kind of a full on production going. So it's going to be like we jump out of a car and grab the shot real fast as they circle the block, and then we get back in and go. Let's see. You've been to Cinegear once when you were living in LA. Well, did you not like it, Tyler? I love how small it is. I love the close-in networking. That's what I really like. That's what I like about NAB is just the networking. Kyle, I won't be able to attend Cinegear in LA. I'll be flying to Norway on the 31st of May. Yes. Permanently or just temporarily? Let's see. Yeah, the best way is we steal shots. It's even hard shooting in the shop. Yeah. You're gonna be hard pressed to do it in like a big public place like that. However, and I always seem to keep bringing this one up, and I don't know why it's one of my favorite things of all time, but if you look up on YouTube, IKEA Heights, it was a short series of soap opera type videos that they shot in an IKEA completely without permission. but they used all the different like kitchen sets and everything that they had as their sets. So they did like 8 episodes. It is hilarious. It was like 10 years ago that they did this, but it's well worth watching. It'll give you some ideas of how you can actually steal some shots. It's pretty funny. I did. I killed it. I knew I did. I was rattling my mouth too much. Going on to, let's see here. The I know that if you have like in LA, if you have any kind of entourage at all, you're going to get run off or ticketed or sent elsewhere. I mean, LA is it's just too big of a town. Um, let's see here. Tyler said, no, I didn't. I just hadn't worked out. I think I'm going to make NAB or sitting here next year. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, let me know. We'll certainly be having an Airbnb again. So, I mean, you're more than welcome to join us. What is it called? What is what called, Kyle? You're asking IKEA Heights. Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Tyler. It's just hilarious because if you've been to an IKEA, which pretty much everyone has, do they have IKEA in Kenya? I don't know. I feel like they probably do. But if you go in there, it's hilarious how they build these like fake apartments to show you how cool everything is, but there's nothing in there except the stuff they sell. So they created they created like the type of job that you would have. So he's sitting there at the office desks and he's typing away on the little plastic fake computer, and his boss comes in and starts giving him trouble. It's just really hilarious. And what's the most humorous part of it is that all the customers are walking by and they're kind of like looking like, what's going on in there? No one says anything. It's hilarious. Yeah, Tim likes. So Dave, I didn't see. Okay, the guy who did IKEA Heights does. Okay, that's cool. I'll have to check out the rest of it. I always keep. What is this? Oh yeah. Yeah, somebody was asking in one of the red groups. They said, hey, our DIT overwrote all the files. He forgot to copy them, and he overwrote all the files on the red mag. Is there any way to recover that? No. If you overwrite all your files, it's gone. If you fill up a mag, there is no space for it to exist. Wouldn't that be funny, though, if you could do that in the future? That'd be all right. 10-bit. David Seeger, I guess. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. So, I mean, great thinkers, ENT. What's your first name? I want to. And are you a subscriber? And are you on the SB50 Cinematography Challenge? All those questions. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to Grip Tips over there as well. Yeah, it's just really cool to see what people can do. They don't have an IKEA third world country. Well, but I mean, you have stuff. You have you have places you could probably do that. I mean, a furniture store would be hilarious. You probably could get away with saying, "Hey, I'll give you $100 if you just let me film in this corner." I mean, I don't know how much $100 in Kenyan dollars would be, but something like that. The worst thing you can do is, and trust me, I am the world's worst at this, is to come up with reasons not to do something. We have a gift as humans to come up with a bazillion reasons not to do something, but you only need the one to do it, and that is the desire. So find ways to get something done. And I mean, it's like this set that I'm in here is a fake brick wall and a fake window This is, let's see if it'll show up. No, it won't show up. Come on, just give me the still frame back again. Custom. I just want to show the match output, any YV, partial, enable, disable. Nope, can't get my GoPro to come back up. I was going to show the set on here. I mean, this is just a set. It's not a bedroom or anything, and I did this specifically so that I could have multiple ways of shooting. My problem, I have a very similar problem that inhibits me from making stuff, and that is I live in the middle of nowhere. So much in the middle of nowhere that no one wants to drive out here. No one wants to come out here. So I have to figure out ways to do things on low budget by myself in tight surroundings. I can do any kind of forest scene I want, but it's really hard to do it. So I use a lot of motion control, kind of panning my own shot as I walk into it when I do that kind of stuff. So you gotta be creative, but you gotta find ways to do something, not find ways not to do something. So try that. Hard to believe a DIT would do that. You know, Kyle, it happens. I talked about DITs. I think previously. Yeah, I did. Yeah, one of my videos. What does a DIT do? I mean, you come in and you have like your segregated areas here, so that you know what's going on. Somebody will invariably put something in there. You don't know if you didn't touch it. You don't know the process of it. And so, I mean, I try to figure out ways that somebody who does that can't get into the system and mess it up. So if I see a red magnet here, but it doesn't have the red tape across the end like that, then I'm gonna immediately call a question, because the way I do the kind of stuff, it should come in like this. So you can't stick that in your recorder. Same thing on an SD. It's across the contact, so no one can accidentally do that. But stuff happens. I mean, it sucks. And quite honestly, I would say there's probably not a DIT in the world that hasn't done it. I mean, I've never done it on set yet, but unfortunately, it's probably going to happen, and there's nothing I can do. The worst thing that happens, you're going to get fired, but you better call it out quick. What are 5 what are 5 must-have accessories as filmmaker apart from camera? So you got to think of everything that is required for making a film. So number 1, you need a camera. Number 2, you need a lens. I mean, if you're going as budget as possible, then you need one lens that can do 90% of everything that you need. So for instance, this one is just a prime. It's a 30 millimeter. This one is a 24 to 70. Obviously, it's not for this. But this is one focal length here, 24 to 70, will give me a pretty good wide range. So I mix this with this. Now you need audio. You need to get some good quality audio. So you need to make sure that you can get the most you can afford. Now, if you can't afford much, I mean, wow, okay. Just take it off. Come on, you can do it. Why is it? There we go. So this is the Rode Video Micro. I know Deity Microphones has a very similar one. This is like $50. You can put it on here. You can also take this. It's a little tiny shotgun. It's not very shotgun, but you can also hide it behind a plant and be able to get it. You can boom it just out ahead or overhead. It's $59. This is going to be better audio than capturing this. So a lens, you need good sound. Now you need some light. And invariably, no matter where you are, you're going to need some type of light to help make it better. So what I would tell you to do is to find, let me walk over here for a moment. I'll just keep talking. Find a way that you can get cheap light as best as possible, or some cheap modifiers that will let you control your lighting a little bit better than before. So for instance, I mean, these are the Quasar little 1 foot crossfades. And these lights, never going to be able to demonstrate this, am I? I don't have a long enough extension cord, but let's see. These are really bright. Oh, that's bright. All right, so you can see it off to the side here. They're actually variable in color temperature. And they also work on a dimmer. So this little light right here is super, super bright. And it's not the most versatile light across the board, but it is very usable. Another option for you, and this is a very small version of it, but just a Fresnel or an open source light would work. This is a Fresnel, so it's a focusable light. This is a little tiny 150 watt version of it. You can find these even in Kenya. I would imagine you could find these fairly cheap because they're tungsten. So people don't try to use these anymore. So you can pick these up really inexpensively. I mean, I've seen them as low as 150 bucks for even like a 650 watt. This is a great light. Then you just need something to control your light. And I know I'm talking more than 5 things, but you can choose the 5 you need. I wish I could show the rest of my studio, but yeah, okay. So there is an example. This is a flag, and this is an excellent opportunity for you to, well, not right this moment, but to go over to Grip Tips and learn the kind of stuff that he teaches there. But this is a flag. This blocks light. So, for instance, I could take this and drop it down here. You can see where I'm casting a shadow. So sometimes you may be outside working with the sun. Just kind of put a little bit of a shadow, and you can take away the harshness of that. You could also use a black piece of poster board. You can use black cloth. It doesn't have to be a purpose-built flag, although this Matthews is a high-quality flag. You can use a shower curtain. So if you've ever, let's see here, no dog. Every time I live stream, my dog's like, "Hey, can you let me out?" And the answer is no, I can't. This is I think it's a half grid, which is a very expensive version of a shower curtain. And basically you can see it's somewhat translucent, but you can get from any cheap place kind of the translucent shower curtain. And then when you put it, I'm going to spill everything you watch. You put it up over the light, it makes a very, very soft, see how it softens my face a lot. You can do this with a shower curtain, just hanging it up over a window, and it'll create a nice soft light with the sun. The sun is the cheapest light you can buy, and you don't even have to buy the light. So the things that I talk about for inexpensive filmmaking: camera, get a reasonable lens, get the most audio you can afford, get a light. These are Quasar. These little things are battery operated. They are magnetic, and I don't know how to turn them off. They stick to anything. So, I mean, you can get quite a bit for inexpensive. And then at that point, you're out of excuses. Start making some films. Did I ruin my cigar? Let's see. Yeah, Quasars are great. I really, really like Quasars a lot. Did I ruin this again? Yeah, you can use cardboard. So a fun thing you can do, they call them cuculoras, I think is what they're called. But you take My dog is not going to let me go. I'm going to let my dog out real quick. The a cucoloris is where you take a piece of cardboard or a piece of paper that's dark in color, and then you cut holes in it. You cut random holes in it, and then you could place it on in front of a light, preferably a hard light because it's not going to show with soft light. And then you can cast a pattern onto the wall. I don't have a cucoloris here. There's one in the very, very back. I won't be able to pull it out. But it's just a piece of poster board with holes just cut in it. And it creates kind of just a texture of light behind you. And I used to do that. If you go back to some of my old videos, I would shine just using that thing. I always go blank. The focusable light through a gobo and put a pattern up on the wall just to kind of give you just a little bit of pattern, just a little bit of something to break things up. You could shoot a silent film with this outside. You can shoot a documentary with this. You can shoot a narrative with this outside. You can then control your environment by putting these in various places or using the lights that you have. It's in use. There's clamp lights. You can buy them at a hardware store, and it looks like a lot of places now call them like chicken radiators. I think because they don't want to sell the regular bulbs anymore. But it's just a light fixture, the screw-in bulb, and it's just a metal reflector. They're like $10. Buy that. Put a light bulb in it. Boom, you've got a light, and it works. I have used them for years. Yes, thank you, Tyler Licos. Oh God, I'm completely spacing on. That's always what happens. Just like if you ever meet me in real life, I'll walk up to you and go, "Hey, you," because I'll have completely forgotten your name. Even though I know who you are and I know your name, it just escapes right from my mind because it sucks getting old. Let's see. All of this stuff in the back here, that's all practical. It's just for effect. I have right here, these are two little 1x1 flex lights. Above me, which you can only see if I do this, is it's a quasar. It is, that's a 2-foot version of this on a dimmer. And it's a great hair light. It's perfect. It's cool. I use the battery operated versions of these, and I'll stick them behind things just to kind of cast a little bit of light here and there. Just a little bit of dim light makes all the difference in the world. So there's, as a filmmaker, whatever's in front of you will work just fine. Knock on wood. I am really, really happy that I'm not dropping frames, at least. I'm really happy with that, and I'm sure y'all are too. So Tyler, what projects are you working on right now? And Kyle, you're fixing up the house, getting ready for the last hurrah, I'm guessing. Let's see. Great thinkers. What kind of? You're shooting music videos. Why not just go shoot a little short narrative? It would be fun. Are those RGBs? They are the smaller quasars. They are not. Those are the Q ions. They're I think they're the 5 inches. The RGB ones were a little pricey, although I'm hoping they're going to show up at the garage sale. Because I got those. I got these. I got those battery powered ones. I didn't spend much at all. And that's awesome. I also bought, it was great. I bought 15 of these things. They had a whole bucket of them. And so I was like, those are the things you're going to lose. Oh, that's awesome, Kyle. You're just cruising right along, man. That's good. You're going to be going to the world of soft light. Everywhere outside is soft light. Lots of bounced reflections, lots of soft, hazy, gray log light. Yeah, I mean these and the Q ions, they go in my tool bag. They're so versatile and small and compact and lightweight that I just carry them in my tool bag. And then I always have them whether I need them or not. I never think about them. I know that if I just need a quick little light, I can just go there and grab one. Still chipping away at the feature documentary. You can watch the latest teaser on the racewithin.com. Copy that. I'll take a peek at it. Thanks for the information. Off to bed. It's midnight here. Okay, well, have a good evening. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please do. Also, do consider checking out the SB50 Cinematography Challenge Facebook group. It'd be a great resource for you to join up. And everybody's just as friendly as I am. If you think I'm friendly, if you don't think I'm friendly, everybody's nicer than me. Oh yeah, I've got a lot of stuff that I want to shoot, but right now I have got to finish up all these edits, especially so I can get some money coming in so that I can eat. But I want to take another journey. I want to go to central United States and then the East Coast. I've got to figure out how to make that happen. Also, for those of you who are filmmakers in the U.S. and always needing that inspiration, especially at the end of the year, you should start planning now to come to Austin for at the beginning of December, where Masters in Motion happens. And Masters in Motion, if you don't know about it, the website I think is shooteditlearn.com. It is a very small 100+ people are allowed to attend, and they bring in the biggest names in the film industry to teach. They don't just teach; they talk. They hang around. You go out and you drink beer with them every evening, just enjoying the conversations and learning from a plethora of people all over the industry. And so, think about that one. It's about $1,000 for it, and most people don't end up going because they've blown all their money during the year. So save. Okay, whoo! I've never seen that before. Yeah, OBS says that I disconnected from the live stream. Sorry about that. Um, Tyler, Yellow Rose, was that a Texas beer? I didn't remember seeing that. These are, okay, back. Wow, I don't like that. I don't like the reconnection in 10 seconds either. I have to see if that's a setting because I'd like it to try to reconnect as fast as possible. Okay, retry seconds. There we go. Let's try that in 3 seconds. There we go. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I mean, it seems I don't know. It says it's offline, but it's back online. Is it back? I can't tell if I'm back or not. I'm waiting for my wave. It's got to be back. It says I'm offline. It says my stream is complete. It's not complete. Am I waving? Am I waving? Am I still there? Is it? No. Yeah, okay. It shows, that's weird. It shows that I'm offline, but I'm still streaming. Am I still streaming? Huh. Fun. Well, that sucks. Reconnect. See if it reconnects. Start streaming. It says it's offline. Okay, now I'm back. Okay. Wow. That was uncool. It was weird because when it said I was offline, I pushed play on mine, and it was connected and live, and it was weird. It's it should be back. There we go. Okay. Yay. Sorry about that, folks. I live in the country. YouTube might be having some issues. Yeah, and I just found the backup ingestion server, so I may start using that one. We'll have to see. Everybody, well, I don't know. I don't know how many are on still because it shows there's one person connected. And clearly Tyler and Kyle are both talking. So any cool gear y'all are all looking at, or uh, any cool films you've seen recently? Any cool anything? I love finding information from other people. I was told somebody had mentioned it a couple times before, back when it first came on Netflix, the Bill Murray stories. And I kept forgetting to watch it, and I completely forgot about it. And I got reminded yesterday. If you haven't seen that on Netflix, it's great. It's a perfect documentary. I love documentaries that get to a point and make you feel good and get you someplace that you need to be. And the Bill Murray stories are fantastic. Also, Bill Murray is kind of a fantastic human being too. If you haven't seen the Bill Murray stories on Netflix, watch it because it's cool. Kyle, what do you got to sell? I'm selling I'm selling my A7R Mark II. Yeah, if anybody's in the market, which I doubt, almost everybody's got the latest stuff. I'm finally giving up it and going to move to the next level on it. Just caught up on Barry. Really like it. See, I started watching Barry, what was it, about a year ago when it came on, and I was trying to figure it out. And I think I need to go back and rewatch it and try to get reconnected to it. Because it seemed odd to me, although it also seemed like something that I was going to like. But I guess now he's progressed a little bit, so I probably will like it. I notice it's on right after Game of Thrones. Uh, so yeah, Kyle, extended version of Hateful Eight. So I started watching it, and Netflix, as it always does, it starts streaming great, and then it drops down to like 360. And I'm not going to watch Hateful Eight in 360. I finally got an afternoon with some good internet where I was streaming at 1080, and I was watching it, and it seems to me there were several scenes that I picked up on episode one that were clearly cut in the actual version, and I can see why they were cut. They didn't serve. They kind of made it longer than necessary, but I am going to keep watching it because I love that movie and I love the cinematography in it. I love the twists and turns of the story, and I'm interested to see what they put in the other episodes. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the big widescreen cameras. Oh yeah, that was that was shot on 65 millimeter, I think, Panavision, and then output at 70. Yeah, that's gorgeous. And that camera was huge. When they showed that the behind the scenes, like that intro with the snow, just the beginning, and you see the poor guy carrying this giant thing on his shoulder. Well, not saying it wasn't on his shoulder, but I mean that camera is so big. Yeah, Barry, I'm gonna have to put that on my list to watch because I enjoy it. Um, the what's the one that just got canceled on Santa Clarita Diet? I watched season 1 and part of 2 and really loved it, but then I got so busy I couldn't watch it, and it just got canceled. So apparently Netflix has the I guess they've got their metrics, and they decided not to renew it. That it was in it after its third season. They automatically get uh, they get a pay bump, and I guess Netflix said that it wasn't worth it, so they canceled it. Oh yeah, DCP of films like that would be cool. There's no way they're gonna let anybody have those. Pin 15. Tell me what Pin 15 is. I don't know what that is on Hulu. I I really I'd be interested in that. On Hulu, I really enjoyed, and it really sucks that they didn't do it. It was the Rocket Jump, the show. I really enjoyed the stuff that they did on their show. Their Dimension 404 was not that great, I didn't think, but yeah, I really wished Rocket Jump was continuing on that one. But apparently, the way that they put it is Hollywood, including all streamers of Hollywood, have decided that YouTubers do not make good movies. So I guess that's why you don't see too many YouTube movies or YouTubers making movies. Um, yeah, Deadwood movie. Yeah, I loved Deadwood, but not until like 8 years ago. When it first came out, I couldn't watch it. I had young kids in the house, and I could never find a time with the language that was on there. I didn't want to do that. But once I got to watch it, oh my, that show was so good. And the movie, wow, that finally hits a lot of topics that I was hoping for, and it clearly sets the story because apparently they are making another season. They're doing a movie and then they're going to do a season. If I heard that right. Freaks and Geeks, but much weirder, about two girls going through junior high. Pin 15. All right, I'll have to try that one out. Just become a credible filmmaker so I can ask. Yeah, that would be one way. A friend of mine, he has a 35 millimeter projector with all of these prints of like the classic movies of like Raiders of the Lost Ark and Superman and all those. I think it's awesome. I would love to have that. He says it's bad because the films are the ones that have been running and running and running, and they're like not perfect, and they break, and it's really sad. But still, just to have a 35 millimeter projector, I would be so on board with that. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino ought to be able to give out a DCP. Why not? You know, he's Quentin Tarantino. He's got the new movie coming out at is it Cannes or which one is it that he just announced that he was going to. I like most Tarantino movies. There are a few that I'm like, that's just weird. That'd be pretty great. Yeah. Yeah, Deadwood. Love me some Deadwood. I like Timothy Oliphant. I think he's a really good actor. Um, I loved him in Justified. Uh, no, no, I can't. Hey, Flat Top Fury. Do you think you invented that? I mean, really? Is this does that ever work? I mean, you realize that some of us actually invented those. I'm not saying I did, but yeah, that's not good. But I will change your name to Amanda Hug and Kiss. So enjoy that one. Let's see here. Let's see. Remove. Got it. Let's see. What else is going on? Kids are so fun. Yes, Simpsons. Simpsons is a great resource for that. Back in the 90s. Remember the 90s? And yes, it does. It works? Really? Wow, what channels are you on? What channels do you join that would fall for that? That's awesome. Oh well, this younger generation, I have hopes for them. This is an awkward 5 seconds of silence. So let's see. Deadwood series. Anybody else hear that Deadwood series is coming back? Um, let's see. What other shows are good right now? I've been rewatching Key and Peele because the DP just posted his his reel of it from 5 years ago that he put together, and I always loved that show because he captured like every style of filmmaking in all 5 seasons that they did. It was so good. So I've been rewatching Key and Peele. I'm also watching suspense movies. I want to shoot a suspense movie. Anybody want to join? Haven't heard that, but I'll take it. Yeah, I'd take it too. So Tyler, next week, what do you think? Should we go eat some pizza in Austin, and I can bring you back your movies? What day is good for you next week? Or are you off to Korea or Asia or Australia to shoot something? Maybe a luxurious Hawaii destination. Um, hey Gerald, how are you? Yeah, Key and Peele, they really did. They're the lighting that he did on a lot of those. I was really impressed. That one of my favorite styles that he did was the two jazz greats. It was in black and white, where they're both trumpet players and they're kind of dueling each other. But it was shot so well in black and white. I loved it. I like to watch that. Black and white's cool because color temperature of lights don't matter. What are some of your favorite Key and Peels? Thursday or Friday? How about Thursday? Thursday is a great day for me. Next week, let's do that. Do you like home slice pizza? You want to go there? Take you to home slice. The one on Airport, not the one in South Congress, because they're parking. I have to park my van. um, yeah, if you like home slice, we can do that. Let's see what else is going on Friday. I would love to have a margarita, but a blender would not be too good. Let's see if it. Nope, GoPro's not coming back. That's so weird. Yeah, everybody loves home slice, the best. Now, what do you get though, Tyler? Do you get one of those other pizzas, or do you get the pepperoni? I actually have my own pizza there. It's off menu that they know to order that they'll make for me. It's pepperoni, but it's really big. It's really good too. Uh, for sure, the college football players. Now that was some hilarious writing there. The college football player names and the skits that they played with them. Those were good. Like the Super Bowl shuffle one where they made fun of that. That was so good. Oh yeah, Kyle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Home slice. You got to have home slice. It's so good. Um, some other. No, they when they go to the '80s, not the ones with the like shot on VHS, but the like the '80s dramas, like cop dramas. When they do those are hilarious. You can always. I can always just appreciate those because those movies were really bad back then. It always cracks me up. Mouse Cop. Who thinks of that? Yeah, exactly. or wingdings, or donkey teeth. I get the pepperoni for sure, but I switch between New York slice and the Sicilian. I love them both so much. Well, I tell you what, Tyler, I'll treat, but you got to have my pizza. And it's just pepperoni, so you'll like it. But it's the slice pie. So it's the really big one. And they take the large and they stretch it. And by doing that, the crust, for some reason, and I don't know why, it gets tastier, butterier, creamier. It's just really good. And you'll watch when we order it. She'll be like, oh, I don't think I can order that. And I'll be like, talk to your manager. And then she'll come back. She goes, oh, they'll want to know, do you want it cut in 6 or 8? It's hilarious. Yeah, the Freddie Wrong one. Yeah, that was awesome. That was, if I remember correctly, when I watched, I think it was one of Freddie's podcasts where they were talking about that, and the reason that they did that shoot was they wanted some work, so they did a trade-off. So if you remember, in that episode, they peel off their faces. They swapped. They did that in another episode. It was the this is a family rated one, but it's the two men that were teaching the class how to properly make ladies happy. Let's put it that way. And then they peeled off their faces, and they were women. That Rocket Jump did that VFX for them in return for them coming on their channel and doing that one. So it was kind of a sharing thing. I thought it was really cool. Say no more. Cool. Got to go chatting. Bye everyone. Kyle, be good, buddy. Take care. Sorry we didn't get to hang out so much in an AB. Just a short little blurb, but yeah, you know how it is run and gun. Let's see, what time is it? It's 4:38. I'm gonna run this till 5, so we'll go for another 22 minutes here. What are some other good shows or anything to chat about? Gerald, what's going on in your world? Did last time you were talking about something? I'm trying to recall. I think it was tripod heads you were looking at, or you were. It was somebody else was asking about it, and then you were like, "Oh, interesting." Or no, that wasn't it. No, you had one of the tripod heads. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Gerald, what's going on in your world? Stream seems to be okay again. I think it was glitchy on my end over here. Let's make sure. What is this? Oh, nice. Let's see here. Anybody else got anything going on? Tyler, I imagine you're just sitting. You're sitting. You're in the. Let's see here. I imagine you've got it playing on the TV. Maybe that's what it is. You got to be on the big screen there, Tyler, and you're just kind of walking around. Well, you can't be because you're typing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're just really, really, really bored, and you got me just kind of sitting off on the side with your phone. I don't know. Let's see. The Dragon. Let's see what I can talk about here on this. I've really been liking DSMC 2. I'm really happy. Also, I've got the side handle coming for it, the outrigger they call it. It is. I like this configuration a lot. I don't care for this handle much, but I'm working with it right now. I may reverse that, and when I get the outrigger, but I find that when I'm carrying it like this, I can't adjust. There's no other way to carry it. Whereas with the outrigger handle, I'll be able to carry it like this or carry it over here, so you can adjust. Because I found that walking around for like 2 weekends ago when I was on a shoot. It was really tough carrying this around all day long. Let's see. Gerald says, busy as crap. Currently editing 2 house stills and finishing edit for 2 houses. I remember what it was, Gerald. We were talking about your partner and being able to tag shots for you so that you don't have to look through everything. I think that's what it was. Tyler, I have a shoot tomorrow, so I'm prepping gear. Got you on the iPad. Cool. Very cool. Well, that's good. You got a music video shoot, commercial, or something you just can't talk about? Those are always the good ones. Chad Watkins. Hey, long time, Scott. I'm a Red Scarlet 5K owner, and first time I've tuned in and love it. Well, thank you, Chad. Still learning it. Yeah, it's awesome. The Red Scarlet 5K, is that the Dragon one, or is that the? No, I guess it has to be the Dragon one, right? Because the Scarlet 5K. Well, wait. Is it the Scarlet W or is it the Scarlet 5K? The Scarlet 5K was, they didn't give you 24 frames a second on 5K Dragon. They gave you 12, and you had to shoot it in 4K to get 24. Is that right? Still learning it. Chad, welcome though. Feel free to subscribe and have a look around, and welcome to the community. Gerald, also getting just a bit fed up with my Canon gear for stills. So I think I'm going to dip my toes into the Sony world for my still stuff. A7R III. If you don't want to spend that kind of money, get the A7 III. But yeah, dip into the Sony world for stills. The dynamic range on those sensors, it's insanely good. So good. The A7 III is actually a pretty good overall useful camera, but it is the APS-C size sensor, whereas the A7R III is full frame. And then all you need is just buy the little Metabones to EF adapter, and then you can use all your Canon glass. I'm not a huge fan of the Sony E-mount. Let's see here. Dragon W. Got it. Okay, cool. I am subscribed. Well, thank you. Yeah, the Scarlet W is basically this guy with just a little less horsepower. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I've been a big Dragon lover since I had my Epic, and I mean, like going from the 6K down to 5K, I do miss the K, but I do love this body. It is so much lighter than my Epic was. It's more compact. It is a great little shooter, and yeah, super awesome. And have you considered upgrading to the DSMC2 body from your Scarlet W? You would go Dragon X, or you can go Gemini. It's cool to unlock the speed and the frame rates. They are great for small cams and dynamic range. If you ask me, neither the cam and the price. Yeah, one of the Gemini we couldn't afford. I understand the feeling. I understand completely. That's why I've got Dragon X. I'm a huge fan of the Dragon now. I will say that after shooting on Monstro, that there is in my mind right now, and I am not a Red fanboy. I own a Red, and I love Red, and I love the company. I love Jared. I love all those people. I'm not a Red fanboy. I'll shoot on whatever. But the Monstro, in my opinion now, is the very best sensor on the market today, period. It blows away Venice. I've seen some of the, my dog. I've seen some of the Venice stuff, and Venice is actually a little noisy. It's got great color. I think it looks, come on, it looks very much like Dragon as far as color, which Dragon has a fantastic color, but it's a little noisy for what you're getting. I think their next version of it is going to be pretty amazing. But Monstro has got the Dragon color with the low light capability of Gemini. I mean, at 3200 ISO, you can hardly tell there's noise in there. It is so usable. But it's only $55,000 for it. Let's see here. But for 8,500 full kit, I couldn't get a better. Oh wow, you got the Scarlet W for 8,500. That is a steal. Or did you buy one of the original ones? That because that was like the original price. Well, yeah, did you pick it up used or did you buy it new? Because that back when that came out, I was like, oh man. But when the Raven came out, the Raven was like 6,000. I was like, oh, I want that. I was referring to the A7 III. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sony A70, yeah, yeah. It's cool. I was in the market for a Kinefinity Mavo, but Red's name I knew off the jump would retain my clients that are brand whores. Yeah, yeah. The Kinefinities, they're nice. I'm not going to fault them. They're definitely more affordable. There's the Kinefinity, and then there's the other one that's basically a clone of it, which is basically trying to clone the Reds. The their their dynamic range is not spectacular. They're like 12 to 13 stops. Now, for television, who cares? I mean, and for most things, you can always play to your strengths. But to like Dragon is 16 plus stops of dynamic range. It doesn't compare, and I love it. I love being able to pull out highlights and pull out my shadows. Although Dragon can get noisy. So, how long have you had your Scarlet W? Scarlet Scarlet W is like the best entry level red they've made. Offer up, man, that is a deal. That is a deal. Um, let's see, where your limitations are 140 megabytes per second to your card. So really, you don't gain any benefit from the faster card. So you can get away with shooting the smaller mini mags. Um, yeah, I mean there really isn't much of a better bargain than for $8,500. I'd buy one. That's kind of awesome, actually. Um, I mean the only thing that I enjoy, well, I shoot a lot because I'm out in nature a lot, so I'm shooting a lot at the higher frame rates, and I do like having the 95 frames a second at full 5K. I did. I shot a lot of 80 frames a second on the 6K Epic, which I do love too, because that was really good. You get out there, you're finding birds and stuff, and birds just look amazing in slow motion, especially since they're rarely hanging around for a while. Um, but the let's see, the 5K, you get 60 at 5K, or do you get 30 at 5K? What's your max frames a second at 5K? I know at 4K you're pretty much unlocked. You can get whatever you want. Hey, there's Tim Doust right there. The faster cards allow lower compression on Scarlet W. So really, I thought the limitation was the media module, that it only did 140 megabytes per second. What is the speed of the? Because these the 512s and the 1 terabytes are 300 meg rated, and I thought the others were 200 meg rated. But there's Tim Doust. So he was the one I was talking about earlier that we shot Monstro in Vegas on the Taquina Vista ones. He's busy uploading a gigantic ProRes file right now. 80 frames a second at 5K, really? Wow. I didn't think it went up that high. Yeah, Tim used to have a Scarlet W, and then he bought the Helium, and then he also bought a Gemini because Tim Doust is in Atlanta, where everything is made these days. Wow, I got busy in here again. That's kind of cool. 225 and 300. Okay. 240 at 2K. Yeah, it is at 240 at 2K. Although I do it every once in a while, but I try not to shoot at 2K. It's just so the noise is so large. You got to denoise. Yeah, exactly. And plus, when you're having to run at such high compression ratio, the noise gets pretty bad. Have you tried 400 frames a second? You know you can shoot that, right? It's funny. Let's see. That's funny. You came for the comments. It's all about the comments there, Tim. It. Let's see here. And it's you can do if you go into, I think it's 2K. and you have to go to 4-to-1 ratio. I think that's what it is. Or maybe it's 2.5K. At 4-to-1 ratio, you can get it's 399.91 frames a second. It's basically anything with a resolution of 512 or less. So the vertical resolution is 512. It doesn't matter how wide it is. So I think you can actually do 4K at 8-to-1, which is like a really slender thing. But we had some fun. We turned the camera on its side and shot like pouring liquid at 400. It was kind of fun. Let's see here. Don't go above 60. Only shoot music videos and small shorts. Well, it's fun. But it is. Do you use IPP2 in post? Because man, IPP2 is so good, and you can do that in any of the reds now. It's that's what I love, and that is one of the things that I love about DSMC2 is in-camera IPP2. It is so nice to be able to see everything how it's going to look. Wow, who else is out there? We got a lot of people joined up now. Everybody's all quiet, just listening in the background. I imagine, Tim, you were probably listening the whole time as I was talking about you. You know I only said nice things. That's what... let's see, what else? What are some good shows, Tim, that are coming out? I know Bad Boys 3 is they're finished now, aren't they? They're finished with principal photography on it. That one I want to see. I think that'll be interesting. I'm done with Walking Dead, so that's nothing. Hey, Bill. Yo. What's up? There's so apparently this is the time you came late. That's what. Never mind. I'm not sure on IPP2. I'm still learning and working in 422 personal preference. And still learning Lorec. So, Chad, let me guide you if I can, and then Tim will jump in and guide